Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today in this one we are going to be taking a look at some of my favorite Redcliffe agates that I have found over the years of my rock hounding in that area. I found so many beautiful things over the years at this location, so we'll take a look at some that have been cut open, some that are just as I found them, beautiful specimens. And yeah, we'll take a close look at some of my favorites from the Redcliffe area. So let's get right into this video, guys. Okay, so this is all the stuff we're working with today. As you can see, we have lots and lots and lots of Redcliffe agates to go through today. So I'm just warning you guys, this may be a pretty long video, but it'll be worth watching every single part and seeing all these beautiful agates that I've collected over the years from Redcliffe. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This one. And I've also got a spray bottle over here to give the rocks a bit of a wet so you can take a better look at them. So yeah, this is all the stuff we've got. We've got cut ones, we got specimens. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Let's do it. So I'll just set you guys over here. So we've got better lighting over here. So we're going to start up the back over there of all the Redcliffe agates that I showed you before with this little pair. Let me go give it a wet over here. So just hang in there while I give it a spray. And we'll take a look at this first little pair. Okay, here it is. So as you can see, it's got a really nice husk on the outside. All of them seem to have a husk on the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. And oh yeah, just beautiful, dark colors as you can see. Sorry, that footage is really grainy, but I was just giving you a look in there. You can see those colors are so dark. Browns and maroons, faint bands in there. That is just a really cool pair. Let's head on over to our second pair. Now this one is a very unique one compared to all the other like Redcliffe agates that I have found over the years of me hunting the Redcliffe area. I can get this bottle to stay. So I've given this one a little wet. Let's see. Take a look at this one, guys. So look at that. Sorry, getting my words mixed up there. So take a look at that. Super fine banding. It's more of like a porcelain type, you could say, I suppose. So gonna focus. There we go. Yeah, it's more of like a porcelain type, I suppose you could say. But really fine bands in there, golden colors. That one is a really cool pair. Let's move on over. Choices. We'll go with this one here. Give him a wet like I will with all the other ones. And give him a little. Here you go. This is the next pair up. You can see really unique, cool patterns and stuff going on inside that one. Look at that. Really, really interesting. That one is. I'll show you that way as well. Got like some plumy weird stuff going on. That's a really cool pair. This is the outside of it. It looks like absolutely nothing on the outside. So yeah, it's really cool. Cool result on the inside of that one. Let's move on to our next pair over here. This one. Give him a wet. This one is super cool. It is banded as well. Take a look at this little beauty. Look at that. Beautiful orangey red carnelian colors. You can see it's got the husk on the outside. Look at that. So cool. It's got the bands in there. Really nice little pair there. Beautiful colors. Nice faint banding. Not many fractures in this one, surprisingly. A lot of them will have some fractures in it. You can even see it's got a little like geode pocket in there. So that one is a super cool little pair. Onto our next one. Give a bit of a wash in the water I've already got down there. And see, this one's got the husk on it again. And then boom, golden colors, beautiful banding in there. That one is a special little pair. Let me just zoom in on that one for you a little bit. Sorry for the grainy footage, guys. It's really dark outside at the moment because there's been lots and lots of rain around, so it's really cloudy and it's late in the afternoon, so I probably won't be able to get the best footage out there. But yeah, this is what I have to work with at the moment, so sorry about that. But yeah, you can still thankfully see the beauty of that. And yeah, that's a nice little one. Where shall we go next? We're going to go with this one in front here. Now, this one is really, really cool. This one was gifted to me by Kyanites. I'm sure some of you will know him. He's been in a few of my videos before. And he also has a channel as well. He gave me this one. Look at how cool that one is. That one is just straight out of the host rock. And as you can see, lots of different colors, bands. Super cool. Half right there. That one is cool. Then we'll go to this unique little pair over here. Give him a wet, like the outside on this just looks like trash. It does not look like an agate apart from like the little bits of banding. That was the hint that it gave me, and I was not expecting this on the inside. Look at that. Plumy down the bottom, little geode pocket, browny golden yellow colors. It's a super cool pair, this one. Very unique and very cool. Yeah, so we'll go on to this one next. Over here. Give him a wet. And this is our next one here. Look at that. Interesting outside. And boom, on the inside. Beautiful clear banding on it. Little geode pockets in there. Super cool. The way that one is banded, it kind of reminds me of a Picasso agate or a Calandria agate. Just the way the bands are kind of like structured. It's a pretty cool one, that is. And you can see on the outside, they look very unique, the Redcliffe agates. So yeah, super cool. Let's move over to here. We'll go with this one next. Just look at that. Such a cool variety of colors in that one. Orange, blacks, yellows, reds. Super cool little one, that is. That one is nice. We'll move over to this one here. This one you do not see too much of on the Redcliffe beaches. You'll be lucky to find something like this if you do, and I'm thankful that I have. This one is a beautiful little plume agate. Look at that. Beautiful plumes in there. Stunning pair. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. I've got to polish this one up. Like, I've got so many ones that I want to polish, like tons and tons, and I just never get around to polishing them really. So it's a bit annoying, and agates do take a long time to polish. They can take anywhere from, I'd say, depending on the size, like usually 40 minutes to an hour just to polish one pair or so. But yeah, it's always fun to do. Put a bit of music on in the background and just polish an agate. They turn out really nice usually. This one right here is a geode. You can see it is iron stained on the inside. So there must have been somehow a way for that iron staining to get inside of that one. So that is really cool. That is one of my earlier finds. And that one was cut by a friend. And then we got this one. Super rare. I don't think I've seen any other geode like this with this color crystals on the inside ever. Maybe there was one or two other ones, but this one super unique, weird little outside, and you got those black crystals on the inside. It's so cool, this one. Next up, we'll move over to here. This one is super cool. Really nice coloration in this one with the bands. And you see what I mean right now. Look at that. Weird banding structure in there, as you can see. But it's got that nice, deep red color in there. It's really cool, this one. Sorry, we're going out of focus for a second. Give you a closer look. Look at that. That's really interesting, isn't it? Nice pair that one is. As you can see, pretty cool. And we will move on down here to this pair next. Look at this. You can see it's got a banded window on here. This is the weird thing with Redcliffe agates. They can have banded windows and they won't have bands on the inside. But yeah, they can still just be absolutely beautiful like that. Just look at the colors in that. Interesting formations in there. As you can see, really, really cool. Let's look at the colors in there. Really, really nice pair that one is. We'll put this one down here. And we'll move on to this little one next. Look at this little beauty. Look at that. Bands, geode in the middle. Just a little one. A lot of them are really little, like I'd say Malawi agate size, but you always get a lot bigger ones as well down there, as long as you look hard enough. Yeah, and then we'll move on to this one. This one's got a really cool outside on it, but the inside, oh, just look at that. Beautiful little baby agate. Beautiful bands, beautiful colors. Outside is very unique and very cool. Yeah, just look at that. Whoops, dropped him. Then we got this one. This one is a special one. Oh, look at this. Beautiful red colors and beautiful red bands. Deep red colors in that one. The banding at the top is just beautiful. Wavy. That's the outside. You can tell that that one was going to be a banger. Oh, just look at that. Super cool one that is. As you can see. Nice one. And we'll move on to this little pair, if I can pull him out. Yep, I've got him. Okay. This little baby one. Look at that. And kablamo. Look at that. Bands in there. Geode pocket. Nice little pair that one is. And next up, we'll move on to this little specimen. That little focus, you can see the beautiful crystals on that, banding around the outside of that piece. Super cool. And there's the underside of it. Doesn't look like too much. And we got this one as well. Look at that. Beautiful iron stained crystal points. Very good condition for a beach geode. Like, the crystals are in such a good condition, they're barely worn. So it must have been pretty fresh out of the rock. You can see it's still got that coral stuff on the outside. But yeah, just look at that. Good quality points on that one. That's a really nice specimen. Then next up, we'll go to this one. This is half of a really nice big geode I cut. This is probably the biggest geode I've ever cut from the Redcliffe area, and you can see those beautiful botryoidal druzy crystals in there. So cool that one is. Then next up, we've got another one that was gifted to me by Kyanite. He's polished this one as well. Look at that. Very unique, very interesting, super cool one. And we got another one that was gifted to me by Kyanite. Look at that browny sard like color one. And you can see it's all white on the outside. Fresh out of the host rock, that one was. And we got another specimen here. Look at that. This one was a personal find by me. Cool bands, botryoidals on the inside, as you can see. And it goes through to the other side. Super cool little specimen. Then we'll go on over to this one. Another super cool botryoidal chalcedony specimen. That one is so cool. Look at that. Nice one there. Hard choices. We'll go to this little geode next. Cute little crystally geode. That's the outside. Looks like nothing once again. The botryoidal druzy. Look at that. So cool. Then we'll go to this one next. Look at that. It's got a little stalactite in it. Beautiful botryoidal druzies once again. There's the outside of it. And we'll head on over to this one. This one has got probably, in my opinion, the two hardest colors to find in Redcliffe agates. Light blue and black. You don't see that too much. Light blue is the rarest color. I barely ever see that. And then black is another really rare color to get from the Redcliffe area. You can see it's got really nice banded windows on the outside. Don't know, maybe I'll cut this one. I'm not sure, it's a thin one, so I don't know whether it would be worth cutting. Yeah, you could probably get some nice little slabs out of it and make it into, I don't know, maybe an earring or a little like necklace. So that might be a project that I could potentially do with that one down the track and still get part of it for a display. So yeah, that one's super cool. That's a really special one. We're going to another half here. Now I kind of butchered this cut, so please don't flame me on this one. I messed up the entry on it because I think that was when I had to get a new saw blade, and yeah, it kind of messed it up. But you can see beautiful clear bandings on the inside, geode pocket. It's such a cool one. There we go. That's perfect in the light there. Just look at that. Stunning pair. See, it's got stuff on the druzy crystals on the inside, but yeah, that one is really, really cool. Let's move on to the next one here. This is one of my bigger finds from the Redcliffe area, as you can see right now. You can see it's got a really cool banded window on the end, crystals there. It's got some crystal impressions here. It's still got the host rock on the outside. It's a really big one. Here's the other side, another banded window. It's a big one. You can see I've got pretty decent sized hands, and that is really big for a Redcliffe agate. You'll be lucky to find one that big. Here's the other side with the window. I'm not sure whether I'll cut that one. It might be a bit risky. Yeah, maybe down the track we'll cut this one. Actually, I'll set you guys a challenge. If we get to 2,000 subscribers this year, so 2026, I will cut this one. Okay, so make sure to smash that subscribe button if you enjoy my videos and you haven't already subscribed. Yeah, you get to see all things on rock hounding, lapidary, cutting cool rocks, Australian rocks, even rocks from other countries as well, and even get access to seeing some of the gem shows we have over here. I've got the National Jamboree coming up, which I will be going to. I'm looking forward to that so much. That'll be absolutely awesome, absolutely amazing. Let's go on to this one next. This one was actually found by someone that was out with me while I was rock hounding. You can see that it's like a peeler agate. It's got that honey yellow color on the outside and just those beautiful bands. I would not cut that one. That one is definitely a specimen and a super cool one indeed. Next up, we have this one here. I'm going to give it a little spray for you guys. Give it a put that back. Look at that. It's got light blue druzies in there. Super cool. It's still got the coral on it, and it doesn't really come up that well on the camera, but it's got light blue banding on the outside, and it's a white piece. So sorry, that's not really coming up well on the camera, but you can see those light blue druzies in there. That's a super cool one that I found. Then we got this little one up next with the crystals and the bands. It's a cool little one. Got another little cute geode piece with those yellowy orange crystals. A cool botryoidally piece. Look at that. Botryoidal chalcedony. There's the outside on it. We'll move on over to this one here. Really nice bandings in that one. That one's super cool. And then we'll go to this one here. See, it's got like little pseudomorphs on the edge or stalactites. Really cool colors in that. I might have to cut that one. Probably go from there through to there. The back, it's a little one. But I reckon that'll be really interesting to cut that one. Maybe down the track sometime. Then we got this one. Super cool banded one. It's a little bit light blue. It doesn't really come up on the camera that well. But yeah, this one is a super cool bit of banded chalcedony, I'd say. Then look at this. Super rare for Redcliffe agates, but that has got amethyst in it. The lighting just sucks here. I'm sorry about that. It's got purples in it. I wonder if I wet it, it'll come up for you guys. Whoops, I just dropped it there. Let me just chuck the spray bottle over here, actually. And let's see if this purple comes up for you guys. Oh, yeah, you can see it on the edge there. Let's go over to the lighting over here. Can you see that purple in there? Let me zoom in quickly for you guys. It has definitely got purple in there, I'm telling you. You can see that purple on the edge. It's got banding. But that is, in fact, an amethyst agate. Super rare for the Redcliffe area. I've only ever found, what is it? Probably like 3 or so amethyst agates in like the 5 years I've been hunting this location. So yeah, super rare, super lucky find. Then we got this little cool rainbow like geode agate. It's got pinks and light blues and purples and yellows. It's a really cool one. It looked like nothing when I picked it up, and I flipped over and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah. This one right here holds a very special place in my heart. This is one that I found a few years ago with someone who is no longer with us now, a really close family member. So yeah, I'll never get rid of this one. This one's a super special bit. It's a really nice one too. A little bit of crystal on the top and bands on the outside. So that one holds a special place in my heart and my rock collection. So yeah, that one is cool. Then we'll go to this one. You can see super banded. There we go. It's coming up now. Super, super banded. Super cool little bit. It's even got a window on the back. I don't think I would cut this one actually because I'm worried it might not have bands on the inside, but I reckon it might as well. It's just that risk, high reward. And sometimes it doesn't really pay off and you're scared to do it. So I don't know, maybe I'll cut that one further down the track, but that is a super cool little bit. Then we'll go over here, little geode. That one is super cool. As you can see, I'll try and start speeding this up for you guys. Look at this. This one's like a crazy lace style heart-shaped one. Super cool. I don't know if I'll ever cut that one, but yeah, it's got some cool colors, cool patterns on the outside. Really cool one. Then we'll head on down here to this little pair. Look at this. Beautiful little pair with the black and red colors and the geode in it. Little druzy crystals, cool bands in there. Nice little one that is, indeed. Then we've got this crystal-y one. Druzy crystals, they're a bit beach worn. Got the bands around the outside on that one. Super cool. That one is. Then we got this little yellow geode one. Super cool. We've got this one. Really, really cool with the water-worn crystals. Now, this one is probably one of my favorite finds of all time from this area. I found this one before I started the channel, so I didn't actually get it on video when I found it. But look at this. Insane carnelian agate with amazing banding. This is a super, super premium quality Redcliffe agate, which I am very, very lucky to have in my collection. This is like as good as like really, really old stock material from the area. It's just got splendid banding for a Redcliffe agate. It's just an absolutely beautiful specimen, and I don't think I would do anything to this one. Yeah, it'd be a bit weird to cut as well. If I ever did cut it, I would have to go through a window, which I'm not willing to do, but yeah, that one is a super good one. Super, super cool. Then we'll go to this one here. Cool little chalcedony bit with quartz crystals or druzy crystals, little band around the outside. Pretty cool one that is. And we've got a really nice bit of carnelian, as you can see. Super cool carnelian. We'll move to this one down here. Another little druzy crystal piece. Geode one. We've got another druzy crystal one. Botryoidals, you can see that sparkling in the light. That's the outside of it. Doesn't look like much on the outside. Super cool that one is. And we go to this one here. Looks like nothing. Super boring. Super boring. And you see on the inside, it's a geode. Beautiful little druzy crystals all inside of that one. It's very fragile, so I don't think I would cut it because it might fall apart. It's a risk of doing that. So I leave it like that. Then we got this one. That's super unique. It's a little bit beach tumbled. Got the bands. It's a really cool little piece there. Then we'll head on over to this one. Little bit of chalcedony. And you got the geode pocket and the druzy crystals on it. Super cool little one. Then we got this one here. Let me give this a wet. Super, super, super cool one. This one is beautiful, deep red carnelian. As you can see, look at that. So cool. Deep red carnelian. Let me zoom back in there. I zoomed out a little bit too much. Is it going to let me come in? Oh, sorry for this, guys. Just sorting out the zooming on this. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's super cool. Carnelian hair. We'll go to this one. This one is a big quartz chalcedony bomb. I would never cut this one, but it's super cool. Super beach tumbled. Very unique one. Very, very unique indeed it is. Super cool. That one's just a specimen, so I wouldn't do anything to that. This one's a little bit funny. I would call this one an inappropriate rock because look at that. The little druzy crystal stalactite. Notice you can see here there's a layer of crystal from the original piece under it, and then it's got crystal on top of that crystal. You can see there by the layering. It's a super cool and very unique piece. You can see there's a little trying to be a stalactite on that end as well. But yeah, this one is super cool, super unique. Yeah, very interesting too, you could say. Then we got this one. This one was found by my mum. It's a super cool piece. You can see it's got the banded floater on the inside, which you don't get very much on these Redcliffe agates. With the crystal and the bands, super cool one. And we got this big, unique one. Might actually give this one a spray, in fact. So hold on for a second. Sorry about this, guys. If this thing wants to cooperate. Now, this one, I don't know if I'll cut. I might cut it down the road in the future. You can see it's got bands around the outside, the geode pocket. It's got that yellowy, kind of like carnelian color, very beach worn and smoothed down. So it could be an interesting cut, but I don't really know if I want to risk it. I'd probably go through there or maybe even around there, just avoiding that window right there. So maybe a cut in the future. I don't know. Yeah, so that one's really interesting. Now we're getting into the good stuff over here, the big stuff. But before that, we're going to take a look at the ones in the box. Well, not really the box, the plastic container where I've been spraying off my rocks so I don't get it all over the studio area. Now this one, it sadly broke apart when I cut it, but at least I got something out of it. Super, super rare. You do not see this very often at all. This is, in fact, a pseudomorph agate. Let's see, look at that. It's very, very cool, this pseudomorph agate. It's got the little druzy crystals down the bottom, outside. It's a very cool and unique little pair. Sad it fractured when I cut it, but at least it didn't completely blow up and I didn't get anything out of it. So it's a positive way to look at it. And you got this beautiful little red deep red one. It's cool. You got this one here as well. Look at that cool color in there. It's an interesting one. Very, very cool indeed, that one is. See the color in that light better. And we got this one here as well. Look at that nice red color in there. A little bit of black on the edge as well. Got this really cool one as well right here. Look at that. It's like crystally as well. Super cool. And then we'll go to this super, super, super deep red colored one. Look how deep red that is. You'd probably call that maroon, or I don't know. Yeah, that is a really cool piece. See on the outside there. Nice one. And we got this one to finish off the ones in this container. Look at that cool deep red color in that one as well. So let's move on to our bigger ones now, the exciting stuff. Let's get right into it, guys. This one brings back memories. This is an old find from like when I was just starting up the channel. I've never found anything like it ever again. You can see it's super smooth and beach worn, and then just look at those crystally bands in there. Very unique, super, super cool piece. Just look at those insane crystally bands in that. That is a super cool and super unique piece, and that is a special one in this collection. Then we got this geode one. This one is a fairly recent find. Look at those crystals in there. Super cool. We'll go on to this one here, and look at this. This one is really rare. You won't see too much of this. Fully black geode agate with bands. You can't really see those bands. Sadly, a bit fractured. I couldn't really find the other half. I don't know where I've put it in amongst probably the millions of rocks I have. But yeah, this one is super cool. The geode and the black around the outside. Yeah, then we'll move on to this big one. This is probably one of the biggest agates I've ever found and cut from the Redcliffe area. You can see beautiful dark red window on the outside. You can see it's got a crystally window on there. And just look at that geode pocket. Beautiful deep red colors. Very unique chunker, that one is. That one's super cool. There you go. And super cool story going behind this next one that I'm going to show you. This is what I call the peanut butter and jelly agate. So this half, which I've actually in fact cut open, you won't really get to see the super, super cool fine banding inside of this one because the lighting won't show it up well. But you can see why I've called it the peanut butter and jelly agate, because it's got that peanut butter and jelly colors. And you can see the inside on that peanut butter and jelly colors as well. Now, a year later after I found this one, this year, which I actually found very recently with a friend while I was out rock hounding, is the other half of the peanut butter and jelly agate found at the exact same location. I've done a YouTube short on that one if you want to go check that out. And as you can see, fits together like a puzzle piece. Absolutely insane. A year later, I found the other half of it. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool story. And something that is super cool to be a part of. So yeah, that one has a really cool story behind it, and it is a beautiful one in fact too. Let's go across over here. This one is super cool, exclusive pretty much to only one area in this specific like location and area. This is in fact an orbicular agate. You can see the orbs in it. That's why they call it the orbicular agate. And that one is super, super cool. Really cool one to have in the collection. So yeah, you can see the orbs on the outside of it. Yeah. And then we'll move over to this one. This one is a specimen and super rare. I have barely ever found one like this. This is in fact a limb cast. You can get petrified wood down at Redcliffe. You'll find it quite often when you're down there. And this is a limb cast, which is petrified wood that has been completely replaced by agate. Now, this one does not show a hint of the petrified wood that used to be on it, but I can tell because of the cylindrical shape of it, and you can see it's got an insane banded window on the outside. You see that cylindrical shape. Another insane banded window on the other side. I don't know if I'd cut this one though, because I don't really want to risk it and there being nothing inside. So yeah, it's a super cool specimen. Yeah, it's a really special one. Moving on to over here. This is a really cool one. Look at that. Look at that red in there. Deep reds. Super cool. It's the outside. I can probably get a few more slabs out of that one. Mini slabs that I could make into something. It's a cool little one. We got this one. This is my favorite, probably, carnelian agate specimen that I've ever found. See, it's got an eye there. Absolutely insane banding around the outside. And then boom, just look at that. Oh, wow. It's a stunning piece. Very lucky to find something like that. Yeah, Redcliffe is just an amazing place. Yeah, so let's head on over to this one. This is another large one that I've found and cut. Like, as you can see on the outside, where I'm just about to show you, this one looks like an absolute mess on the outside. It's very dirty. It's got coral on it and stuff, and it's clear, and it's got some beautiful bands in there with a little druzy geode pocket. Now, this one I found on a Q-Leca field trip, which is like Queensland Lapidary Association. I can't even remember what it stands for, but it's like basically Queensland's Lapidary Club. Like, it governs or is the head of a lot of the lapidary clubs in Queensland, and went on a field trip, and they happened to do one at Redcliffe. So super cool experience. That was really fun, showing other people what to look for. And yeah, it was super successful. So many people having fun, finding amazing stuff. So yeah, that one is really cool. I didn't end up making a video on that one, sadly, but yeah, that's a cool one. Move over to here. This one is another really special one in the collection. So super cool story behind this one as well. I found this beside the sidewalk up from the beach. Now, this is an absolute chunker, as you can see. Chunky, chunky boy. And then look at that. Beautiful golden orange honey colors in there with the geode pockets in there. That is a stunning pair of carnelian. It's not necessarily an agate because it doesn't have banding in it. That one is still super, super cool. Now, moving on over to here. Let's go. Decisions. We are going to go with this one over here. Now, this one's another black one. Really rare, once again, as you would know from what I mentioned before. Let me just give this one a little wash. Now, before I cut this one, I was very hesitant to cut this one. Let's look at that. It tells you nothing. It just tells you that that's going to be a dud or crystal. And then I decided to go, I'll go ahead with it because of that little window there, and it definitely paid off. Look at that, black and like little bits of golden bands around the outside with the crystals in the middle. It splits in two somehow. Very weird formation. Very cool. I love that one. Super cool, unique one. Now, I got this one here from a friend at the Lapidary Club who has a very extensive and very impressive collection also of Redcliffe agates, and I cut this one open. That it's a very cool looking one. I think that's some old stock material. And look at that, just really cool colors in there. It's got the red druzy crystals in there. It seems to be iron stained. That one is a special piece right there. So cool. We're getting towards the end here now, so make sure to stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned for this entire video. If you have already, we are going to show you, well, I am going to show you my biggest Redcliffe agate that I've ever found. So make sure to stay tuned for that at the end. Yeah. Next up, oh, this is probably one of my favorite finds ever from the Redcliffe area. Just look at this studding pair. Amazing, beautiful golden little streaks of red in this beautiful banded piece with a geode in the middle. Beautiful druzy crystals. That is a stunning pair, that one. It's a very special pair. Now we'll move on to this one over here next. Just look at this. Let's take a look at this one. Nice colors, bands around the outside, little geode pocket in the middle, orangey red, brown colors. Super cool pair. This one was found by someone that I was out with as well at the time when I was rock hounding. So yeah, that one is cool beans. Then we got this one as well. Give it a little rub in the water. And look at those deep, dark, super deep red colors. Very cool little pair that one is. That's the outside of it. Getting down to our last few pieces now. I'll just show you this little pair. I couldn't find the other side of this one, but it's a nice little geode agate. You can see the faint bands around the outside. Well, they are pretty strong. The camera doesn't show it up well. And the druzy crystals on the inside. It's a cool little one. Didn't look like too much on the outside. Now we are down to our final 5 pieces, guys. Final 5 pieces. Thank you so much for continuing to watch this one. Which one to go with? Let's go with this one first. This is a super cool specimen. Amazing druzy crystals on this one. You can see I've had this one stored away for a while. Look at that. It's got like a little weird bit on the underside of it. It's a cool formation. And then you just flip it over and you're like, wow, look at those crystals. Sparkly, sparkly. And it's got bands around the outside of it. So cool that one is. Now, last year, so 2025, was probably the best year out of all the 5 years that I've ever had for rock hounding on the Redcliffe beaches. Most of these are actually from 2025 with a bunch of other ones from other years. But 2025 was the year that I probably got out the most to rock hounding the Redcliffe beaches. And these final 4 finds are just insane. So let's go ahead and take a look at our final 4 finds. Now we'll go ahead with this one here. This one's a little thin pair. We'll give them a wet so you guys can take a look at this. But look at this pair. Stunning white clear banding through there. Geode pocket with the druzy crystals. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones that I've cut before. Just look at that. Super strong banding in there. It doesn't really come up well on camera, but that is a super awesome pair, that one is. So yeah, it's a special find right there. Going down to our final 3 favorite finds of mine. We've got this giant chunker with the crystals all through it, bands around the outside. It is very heavy, in fact. But yeah, you can see it's still got that host rock on it. It'll be a bit risky to try and get that host rock off it. So I might crack some of the crystals, which I don't really want to do. See that host rock on the outside of it as well. But this is a chunky, chunky, chunky one for a Redcliffe agate. Well, that's not an agate necessarily. That's more like a geode. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, super cool find. And we'll move on to our next one. Now this is, even though I found the biggest agate that I've ever found at Redcliffe, this is probably my favorite specimen find from last year. And if you want to go see it, I have done a short on this one of me finding it, and it's actually in a video. It made the thumbnail of the video. In fact, it was so good. And yeah, this is probably my favorite find from last year. Enough with the yapping. Let's take a look at it, guys. Oh, this one is just an absolute breathtaker. Insane, amazing red druzy botryoidal crystals on the outside. I found it like this. It was covered in sand. I was like, that's nothing too special. And I picked it up and flipped it over, and my reaction was absolutely insane. I swear. You can probably hear me from the other side of the world. Oh, it was such an insane find. Amazing, beautiful red druzy crystals on that one. I love that one. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll continually keep saying this because you guys are legends for watching this. Let's take a look at my final one of all my favorites. This is my biggest find ever from Redcliffe. I found it just before the cyclone last year. If you know, yeah, in Queensland, we had a cyclone that came down to my area. We don't usually get cyclones in our part of the state. but it actually came down to my area, and it tossed up a lot of stuff. We went before the cyclone, we went after the cyclone, and in fact I found this one before the cyclone when the beach had been tossed up. Tried to clean this one off a bit, but it is absolutely huge. My biggest one ever. It weighs a kilo, as big as my freaking hand. Just look at that. It's a big geode agate. The crystals. It's got another layer of crystals, as you can see, above that crystal layer there. It is just absolutely huge. You can still see that it needs a better clean. Tried my best to clean it. But yeah, it's absolutely huge, this one. It's got the chunky husk around the outside. Just imagine the size of this one when it was whole. It would be absolutely huge. Like, this is even pretty heavy to hold. 1 kilogram one. I've heard of someone finding a 2.1 kilogram one. Now that would be an absolute dream to find. I've actually seen pictures of it as well. But yeah, huge one. And yeah, that's a final one that I'll show you today out of my favorite Redcliffe agates. And I'll give you a quick word. Thanks for watching, guys, this entire video. This was a long one, but it was definitely worth it. I love showing you guys my rocks, and I hope you really enjoyed. So yeah, let's head on over. I'll give you guys a quick word, and then we'll wrap this one up. So, yep. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this one today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did watch all the way to the end, thank you so much. This was a long one for my video standards, and yeah, it was a really good one. In fact, sorry for the shaky camera footage here. But yeah, these Redcliffe agates are just amazing. These were some of my favorite ones. I've got probably like millions of Redcliffe agates, but these are the like standout ones, or my favorites in my collection of Redcliffe agates. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed seeing all these amazing Redcliffe agates today, and geodes and stuff like that I've found over the years from there. If you did happen to enjoy, give the channel a subscription. That would be really helpful and helps the channel out a lot. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to like this one if you did happen to enjoy it, and leave a comment. A comment of what your favorite one was. I'd love to see what you guys like the most. So yeah, that is the end of today's video, guys. Thanks for tuning into this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.